perfect work, perfection. Why is it so important? In some of the jobs, it's not a choice, it's mandatory. Aircraft designs, their quality has to be Six Sigma. You can't have even one defect per million. I don't want to be traveling in that one defect that day on that flight, right? There are engineers who work on high voltage. The safety precautions has to be perfect. You can't miss one of them. It doesn't matter how experienced you are. So there are some jobs where perfection is mandatory. There's no choice. But why can't we look at being perfect in everything that we do? Everything. It doesn't matter what you do. You could be a call center executive, picking up calls. You could be inside sales. You could be service guys, service engineers. You could be sales guys. In everything that we do, can we attempt to be flawless? What does it take to be flawless? I have 3 tips for trying to be flawless. Number 1, if you look at the entire role of what you do, take for example if you're sales, what you do is, or the output that you give is result of lot of small things that you do. You need to be able to build a funnel either through AI tools or prospecting, suspecting, stuff like that. You have to make calls. You have to walk the street, knock doors and make calls. You have to have the skill to get the doors open for you. You have to have the knowledge of your offer. And of course, finally, you have to have, I think the most important part of the sales skill is to ask for the order. So each of these things have to be done flawlessly for your whole role to become perfect. So perfection is a lot of small things that you do, and how well you do each of them that gives the whole thing perfection. Think about it while you look at this 5-second video of a young man bowling the perfect Yorker ball, and see it's actually a combination of many things here. Do watch. This young man is about to bowl a flawless Yorker delivery. But this flawless delivery is made up of a lot of small things he does well. The run up, as you notice, and now the leap before the delivery, and the way the arms are positioned, the front and the bowling arm, and that gives him control on the length and direction and gets into perfect delivery. You'll notice that perfect ball had a lot of things going into making that perfect and giving that control. Okay, so the first tip is make sure you break your role down into smaller things which comprises that role, and then do each of them well for the whole thing to come out well. Tip number 2, I think Malcolm Caldwell and many other researchers have said that if you need to get mastery over something, you need a minimum of 10,000 hours of repetition, of doing the same thing, of practicing. Please do not forget that. You will not become perfect overnight. Don't get disappointed. Keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. repeat. Don't be disappointed if you've done something not so well. If you're an actor and people didn't like your show or whatever, keep at it, keep learning, keep looking at the small things, keep improving, keep taking feedback from your seniors, your managers, your peers, well-wishers, and work on the feedback. So 10,000 hours of practice as a general rule. Keep doing it, don't get disheartened. The third one to me is the most important, because without that the other two don't make sense. It's very critical because the other two need hard work, and that hard work you cannot do if you don't have the third one. And the third one is passion. If you don't have the passion for what you do, it will never happen. So remember the three. Do the small things that comprise the larger engine very well. Get flawlessness there. Practice for over 10,000 hours to get mastery. And finally, do make sure that you have the passion for what you do. Till the next week, be unstoppable.